Yo, Sportcat here, guys. Hey.
So my friend calls me up. He said, "Hey, Sportcat, you know something about plants and trees?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Okay, look at this. I don't know if this is dead." I'm like, "Does it look like a twig?" Yes. Is it dead? Maybe. Does it? It's dead. If it breaks like that, if it's got no leaves on it, it's a good sign that it's dead. So we've got a camphor tree that we're gonna replace here. So first things first, we gotta dig a hole for our tree. So let's do that. All right. So we got our tools at the ready. First thing we're gonna need to do is take out this stake that was propping up the oak tree, the dead oak. After that, we've got to locate our irrigation tubing. You never want to dig in a yard, especially one that you know is on an automatic irrigation system. You never want to dig without locating your irrigation lines, because those are a pain in the ass to fix, and also to locate leaks when, yeah. So we're going to clear this fine mulch. It's good to have bark, mulch of some type in a yard, because it keeps moisture in the ground, slows down evaporation. But we're just going to clear that out of the way first. Nice and dusty. Make a nice pile. You don't want to. You always want to stay organized when you work. So we're just gonna move it into a pile over here. I'm using a garden fork and my hands. Great tools. All right. So I found the irrigation line. It's right here. I've cleared out all the mulch into a nice clean pile. That's over here. We are ready to begin digging. To do that, I'm going to use this. This is called a roto hammer. It's got various uses you can research, but it's good for this. I'm using what's called a spade bit. Spade is an old-time term for a shovel. Basically a small shovel. So spade bit, roto hammer. Hell yeah. Let's go. Roto hammer and spade is going to be a little too heavy to clear this hole. So what I'm going to use is a nice thin shovel. This is a trenching shovel, thinner head than you would normally get on a shovel, and my hand, literally like that. So I'm going to keep my dirt in a nice clean pile here, the same way I did it with the mulch. Once you get it pretty clean, we're going to move back to the roto hammer and just bounce between the roto hammer. It's not quite a jackhammer. Doesn't matter. We're going to bounce between the roto hammer and the trenching shovel to get this hole clean. Had a pretty thick root coming from one of these oaks, but the hammer was able to take it out on either side, so that's good. You can also use a hand shovel to help you clear your hole. This tool can also help you get it to size. All right, so the hole's looking about the right size. I've got a camphor tree here. These leaves have a nice citrus aroma to them. It's not a citrus tree, but a good citrus aroma. Camphor, I believe, is an ointment that they make from the essential oil of this tree. But as you can see, we are not quite ready to plant it because it's still in a pot. So I'm going to show you how to get a big tree like that out of a pot. All right, so I'm right next to the hole we dug. What I'm going to do is gently lay this tree on its side. Notice that I'm on a slight hill. We're going to have gravity help us out. What we're going to do, support the trunk, bend it over. Now, leaves don't like to be in the dirt. Can produce fungus, but they'll be fine for just a second. What we're gonna do, apply some pressure, just massage this, just like a fine woman. Oh yeah. Loosen it up, see that dirt coming out, and what should happen is we can grab the trunk where it's strongest, start to pull it out, again using gravity as help. Look at that. There we go. Before we get this tree in the ground, what I'm gonna do is put some organic compost, which the worm's helping me make right here. Oh yeah, look at that black gold right there. Organic matter in here. It's going to provide nutrients to our new tree. So here we go. I'm going to use my fingers here just to get the roots going out. We don't want roots to grow in a circle. That can lead to what's called root binding. We do not like that. So I'm just going to massage the roots out a little bit. Get them to grow down and out. That's what we like. Ah, yeah. And then we're gonna set it in here, see how it looks. Alright, that looks pretty good to me. Right here. Notice, this is what's called the crown of the tree. We want this to be sitting up. There's an old gardening adage, if you plant it low, it won't grow. So, this looks pretty good to me. We can start to backfill. Using the dirt that we already grew. You can rotate your tree to find the best angle that you want in terms of beauty or foliage, whatever you want to look at. So you can lift it up like this, lifting with your legs, and turn it, and look at it. Look at it from far, look at it near. I like it actually this way, so I'm going to leave it like that. Another thing you can do is kind of line it up with a known structure. Behind you, follow a vertical line. Make sure that this trunk is perfectly vertical. Then come from another angle over here, see a known structure that's got some vertical lines, and line it up like that. So this, I could actually probably prop it up underneath on the right a little bit, which I'll do with some dirt like that. And then now, boom, this is in the spot that I want. Nice and square from both angles, it's good to go. Let's fill her up. I'm gonna use a lot of this compost, a little bit of the topsoil. The rest of this topsoil I will put into a nursery bucket and probably either dump in the side yard or save for later. So, see what we got. All right, so one of the last things we need to worry about is the irrigation watering system. Now, I like to do this thing where we actually use a piece of PVC piping, and we put a dripper, we stick it vertically in the soil, and we put a dripper down in it so that water can go to the base of the roots and encourage downward root growth. It's just a good practice in a yard where you've got a lot of stuff because roots tend to grow laterally. The more you can get them to go down, the better, the healthier everything tends to be. So what I'm going to do is use this stake, pound it in a little bit. I should have actually placed the PVC pipe before I backfilled, but happens. Okay, it's about this long, so a little over a foot. So what I'm going to do is measure that against my PVC pipe, get about there, grab my PVC cutters, and I don't know if you've used these, but it's a ratchet system, you have to keep cranking. We're just going to go about there. Sweet. Sweet. Right, so we're in good shape. We've compacted down some of the soil. I put in this piece of piping for our irrigation. I've got my main irrigation line here. You can notice that I used some of the topsoil to create a berm. That's going to keep moisture in and basically not allow water to run off the side. So, I'm connecting up to the main irrigation of the house. I put together this piece. It's just going to plug in right here once I puncture the hole, but this is typical rainbird tubing coming off the main line from this. Then it tees off. This one's going to go on the surface of the plant. This one comes up at a 90 degree. It's going to go down the pipe. So, what we're going to do is use, this is a hole puncher for this particular context. It's going to puncture a hole. We want to be very particular where we puncture that hole. You don't want to go to the side, the wrong side. You don't want to go up. You don't want to go down. We want to minimize dirt getting in this thing. So I'm going to try and come in horizontally as much as I can. Line up my piece of rigging here. Thinking about there is good. So what I'm going to do is come here and just in one strong motion, just punch a hole. Alright, there's our hole right there. I'm going to feed this guy in until it gets to the connection point like that. You'll hear a click. That's good. This guy is going to go here. And this guy is going to come around. And I'm going to get a stake for him. Get a stake. That's going to go like this. And we will stake that in on the north side. Like that. I'm going to go ahead and secure that down. Maybe put like a rock on top. And then what we'll do is use the rest of our mulch. We'll kind of cover up our work. So, that is that. Put a rock there to hold that down as we cover it with mulch. We'll use the mulch to cover up what we can and call that a wrap.
Well, it's been 6 months and the tree's still standing. So it looks like those roots have taken hold and we're good to go. On to the next one. Good.